Huawei Watch Fit 4 is absolutely amazing. Not only we get mega premium build quality on this watch, with top-of-the-line sensors, much upgraded GPS, and also we literally even have full-blown maps on this watch. So let's check out all features this watch actually has, and this year Huawei has done an excellent job on this watch. First, let's start with the maps. If you go in your device tab over here in your health app, click on your Huawei watch over here, then click offline maps. You can actually download these maps over here. So simply click regions over here, and you see you actually have maps for pretty much any country over here. So you see, and if you want to download, simply click download and it will send over to the watch. And to access the maps, simply launch any exercise using the side button over here. So any exercise that uses GPS, and wait for the GPS signal to lock on. And once we have our GPS, let's click go over here. And to access your map, simply swipe down like this. So you see, I actually have my map. And if you want to interact with the map over here, you simply have to click it. So, and we can engage basically with it. So first we can also use a scroll wheel to zoom in and out on your map over here. And also we can swipe around basically the map here as well, just as you need. As you see, so again, the maps are available for pretty much any country basically. So again, the mapping system is actually very impressive. Also, if I press this button over here, basically it will center me to my location over here. And if I go slightly back, basically, as you see, I also have these options for route back and also straight line. So essentially, this is track back function. Essentially, if you maybe get lost and you need to return basically to your starting point of exercise, you can certainly do that. So this route back function essentially will actually guide you back in the same way that you actually basically went for maybe a walk. So if you went maybe in this kind of way basically on your walk, so it will route you back in the exact same way essentially. But if you actually choose this so this straight line over here, but again, so if you went like this, it will actually still guide you basically pretty much in straight line back. So again, absolutely wonderful. And also we can use this app to do various other things, such as maybe transfer music over to your watch. So yep, your watch actually has got speaker and also like decent internal storage amount. So for example, if we want to transfer music, click over here on manage music over here, click add songs, then simply find the songs on your storage of your phone, click this, and as you see it starts to transfer. So let's see how long it takes to transfer. As you see, it's actually pretty darn fast. But again, you need to download basically songs on your phone to do this. So then if I swipe like this, as you see, basically I have my music player over here. Let's click it. Basically, as you see, if I, yeah, basically I can actually literally play music so that I just uploaded from my phone. And also the speaker quality also is actually incredibly decent on this watch. And also we can load additional applications over here if we go in our app gallery. So you see, these are the things we can actually load. For example, Spotify controller, like camera control, calculator, like some kind of game. Let's install it and see. Also additional compass, like some kind of, like, yeah, basically loyalty cards and other things, even petal maps as well. And like some kind of health trackers, even more ones. As you see, the selection is actually pretty darn cool over here. And if you want to access your newly installed app, simply press this. So this will bring us to the all apps menu over here. And if I swipe all the way down, over here you see the last app is the games that I just installed. So we literally have a game over here, which is absolutely awesome. Of course, it's a bit basic game. So essentially like kind of a Flappy Birds knockoff. So, but yeah, absolutely awesome that we even get games on this watch. By the way, also you are able to change the basically layout of these apps as well. For example, if I swipe down like this a bit, okay, it was up, sorry. So as you see, you can also change such view. And also if I go slightly back and scroll all the way down, I can also enable this list view over here. So you can see what we actually get on this watch. As you see, this watch is absolutely loaded. By the way, yep, we can actually literally call from this watch as well. But you actually need to set up your contacts basically in your phone app to do this. So over here, basically, Again, click on favorites over here and then click add and send over basically the contacts. So there aren't any like dial pads on this watch. So again, we have to actually load contacts that we can call. And again, yep, if someone actually calls you, you can literally, yeah, pick up and talk with someone. As you see, I can also call someone and the call will get routed basically through my phone, as you see. Absolutely amazing. Also, a lot of people asked me to show them the new watch face this watch actually has this year, so maybe let's check them out. So, for example, we have this kind of watch face over here. By the way, all these watch faces are fully interactive. For example, let's see if I click this over here, it actually brings up this over here. By the way, also this watch, yep, actually has literally like a barometer and like this air pressure as well. So absolutely awesome. So if I go back again, let's check once more. And also particularly like this watch face, because we can very well change the style, basically how it looks like. So for example, we have this like sunset, like for day. Yeah, I think this actually looks really darn cool. I think we had this watch face on the past Fit 3. And this one also is completely brand new, and this is actually fully interactive. So if you click on your watch, this cat will do some kind of tricks essentially for you. Also, he also likes to do certain things depending on time of day. So again, if you install this, it will actually be kind of cool. You will see it can do quite a lot of things. So another brand new watch face. By the way, again, we can actually install like tons of different watch face basically on this watch. If you simply go on the app over here. So again, we had this on the past Fit 3. Maybe this new as well. And yep. By the way, you can also create a custom watch face. For example, if you want to set any image as a watch face, simply select this watch face over there, and then let's go to our phone over here. So click more on the watch face. Click mine over here, then click my faces, okay, gallery, and click image over here. Let's take a photo, or you can choose from any photo basically. So let's take a photo of this one, okay. You can also like resize it just as you need and move it around. So, and let's click save, and you see basically we are transferring over the image, and this will create pretty much like a custom watch face for us. So I think this is actually a really decent feature over here. Let's see. And you see we have brand new watch face. Also on the Fit 4 we even get always on display, which is absolutely awesome if you want to set it up. By default it's actually not set up, so simply swipe down. As see, you can see various like quick things over here that we can quickly launch. Also, by the way, this watch also is actually totally waterproof, so when you actually go for a swim, remember to go in these settings and launch this application, which essentially like creates like high-pitched sounds and basically ejects all the water. So, and remember basically to like do this like several times, maybe like 3 times after you finish swimming, and again also shake it like this, so we can actually get all the water out of the speaker essentially. So let's go to the settings over here and click the watch face and home over here, and we can enable the always on display over here. So yep, it obviously will eat more battery life, but yeah, not that much. So, and then we have our always on display, and let's simply wait. And as you see, for example, this is what always on display looks on this watch face. By the way, for each different watch face, the always on display looks slightly different. So let's enable for this one. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. Also, this new watch even has a bunch of training and also recovery features, but so we can see them in the tiles, but by default they actually aren't here. So if you simply click and hold on any tile, you can bring up this menu over here, click the plus button over here, and you see you can also add a bunch more things over here. So we have the VO2 max, like training stuff over here, like resting heart rate stuff, like SpO2, stress tracking even. You see this watch is mega advanced. So let's add this. So this maybe. okay. And once you add it, basically you can see you have it added. You see we have training load, training index, and also recovery features. By the way, this watch also has a bunch of like so let me show you like these courses and plans. So, and also we have these training plans as well that we can set up basically. So essentially you see basically, so training plans, yep. But again, we actually have to use our phone app to set this up. So again, compared to the past Fit 3, so again, completely brand new stuff on this watch. So it's very, very advanced. Also, if you're wondering if this watch actually has got NFC and can we pay with it in store, so the watch itself actually does get NFC chip. However, there is quite a big problem essentially. So if we go in the settings over here, click more connections, you see we literally get NFC. However, the problem is for most countries this actually won't work, as Huawei actually has some problems basically getting approval basically. So for this NFC system in certain countries, for example, if you are in Europe, then in most cases I do not think you will be actually able to use it. But again, simply go over here and check. Maybe there are some apps basically for your country over here, and maybe you can use it for NFC payments. Also, this watch is so advanced that we can even connect external heart rate monitors to it, and also maybe if you have one of those treadmills which can also connect and sync with other device, we can also basically sync those with this watch. So again, if we go in the settings over here first, again in the more connections over here, so you see you have this health and fitness, and you can add basically external device over here. And if I swipe down over here a bit more, so where do we have it? So again, this HR date broadcast. So again, yeah. So again, this is absolutely amazing over here. Also, there is one absolutely massive upgrade over the past Fit 3 on this watch this year. Essentially, if I swipe up, I can get access to all my notifications over here. But actually, this year we can actually properly reply to all of them. For example, you see I have received some WhatsApp notification over here, and see if I click this keyboard thing over here. So yep, let's agree. So yep, select basically what you want. As you see, we literally have full-size keyboard over here, and we can type and actually reply like with a proper message over here. And again, if I press this, the message will get essentially sent. Also, we can, for example, reply with emojis and stuff like that essentially. And also we have these quick replies over here as well. So you see, so again, if you want quickly reply with something, we can also do that. By the way, if you want to set up these quick replies over here, let's go back over here. So okay, where do we have? Okay, quick replies over here. You see, you can also like create custom quick replies. Maybe someone calls and you can't pick up your watch. So again, you can simply send those quick replies with like a simple touch basically on your screen. So using those. So again, when it comes to performance and the features, again, I think this is absolutely massive upgrade over the past Fit 3. Also, let me quickly show you how to customize your workouts. So again, if you want to launch workout, you can use this side button over here. So first, if you actually want to add more workouts, you can simply swipe all the way to the bottom over here and click add over here. And then you can simply choose from different workouts over here. The choice is absolutely crazy basically for the workouts over here. So to add, simply select and you'll get basically placed so on the main screen for the favorites. And if you actually want to customize, for example, these workouts, so and workout screens, you simply have to press these two dots over here on the side. So as you see, basically, if I press, these are the things we can actually like enable or disable over here. So auto pause, I suggest to play around with that. Sometimes it's a bit annoying. So if I click on the date display over here, I can actually customize basically the information on all those cards basically. So first we can customize basically how many of them and what, and basically all the date fields over here. So you see we have these kind of things over here essentially in this category. So again, this watch, again, when it comes to customizability, is literally one of the best watches out there. So, and if you launch some exercise essentially, so if you want to switch between these like windows, essentially you simply like swipe up as this as well. Check this, we even have this like AI companion basically, so we can race against like AI essentially. That's weird. So as you see, Yeah, absolutely awesome. Okay, by the way, also the GPS performance on this watch is absolutely amazing, I would say. So I think it's really just as good as literally like my 4 times more expensive Garmin watch. So it's meg fast. And if I swipe like this, basically in these screens, also I can, for example, switch to music controls and these kind of things. So again, the exercise system is absolutely awesome. Also check this, finally this year we are actually able to exit to the main screen during exercise. So all you really do is simply double press your scroll wheel. So you see, and then we can go over here to our watch face and see basically we can get access to the main watch essentially, and the exercise will still keep tracking in the background. So this feature was well overdue. So again, absolutely great that they put it on. So if you want to return, simply press this on the top. You see we are back on exercise. Absolutely awesome. Also on this watch we are able to customize the side button for any custom action as well if you want to. So simply swipe down, click settings over here and find this down button over here. So if we click this, so select either which you want, and then you see you can actually customize it for any custom action. So let me show you what we can actually set it to be. So yeah, let's maybe set it as flashlight. Okay, and if we try now, you see basically the flashlight gets launched. By the way, also this year we can easily customize the brightness of the flashlight by simply scrolling this wheel. So absolutely awesome. Also if I swipe up as this, you can see you can also change the color of the flashlight, and also we can even make it flash as well if you want. And finally, also what's absolutely awesome, we can actually charge our watch using your phone as well. So if you are traveling somewhere and do not have anywhere where to plug in, essentially, so pop on your watch on your charger, and then we can simply use one of these adapters, so that converts regular USB to Type-C. If you need these, I'll leave a link where you can get them on AliExpress. They cost maybe less than $2. So simply we're going to plug in over here, and you see if I plug in my phone. So as you see, the watch actually started to charge. Absolutely amazing. And overall, is this watch actually worth it, and should you maybe consider getting one? Well, yep, I can highly suggest this watch, because not only it looks mega premium, also the build quality is top of the line. We also get pretty much one of the best heart rate sensors in this watch, coupled with also mega fast GPS, maps, decent speaker, yeah, and overall, yeah, build quality and looks on this watch is really top class, and in my opinion it's also much better than the Apple Watch. So if you are thinking about this versus Apple Watch, then again I think this wins hands down. Again, absolutely awesome watch overall. Anyway, good luck everyone.